Hey guys, welcome back to L Taylor Guitar, the show where I talk about guitar for 10 minutes every Friday. That's a really good intro. Today, I'm really excited to bring you a diminished pattern I've been working on for a few weeks. What you heard in the intro was, in terms of the backing music, 2 bars of E minor, 2 bars of diminished, 2 of E minor, 2 of diminished. The stuff that I'm playing for the E minor sections is just improvised, and it's entirely there for a sense of context, I guess. So it's not just a whole diminished thing. I feel like that would be a bit much, and I really like the sound of modulating between minor and diminished and back and forth. It's a really easy way to sound metal, I guess. This pattern is derived from the chromatic diminished scale. A chromatic scale is basically built on short patterns, in this case tone and a half, so every interval in the diminished scale is a tone and a half, as opposed to the major scale, which is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry about it, because you're going to learn the same thing anyway, whether or not you know what it means. You should know what it means, but don't worry about it if you don't. I'm going to be using the neck pickup on my Cort CR Custom today because I kind of wanted a nice, flowing, warm sound, which I know that does really well, and I'm using a kind of medium gain, I guess it's a Marshall replica amp in the Pod Farm. There will be tabs on screen while I run through it in detail, which I'll do in a moment, but to start with I'm going to play it again at its original beats per minute, 110, followed by a slower version at 90 BPM, and then very slow at 75 BPM. That will happen about now. So I think of this lick as being 2 separate but related licks. They each are a bar in length and start with the same 6th note pattern, but end differently. So let's start with those first 6 notes. They are the 7th fret A string, 8th fret D string, 9th fret G string. They're all 16th notes and they're kind of swept. So I'm just going downwards with my pick, and as soon as you've played one note, you want to make sure that you take the pressure off and are ready to fret the next note. That's worth working on a lot to make sure you get it nice and smooth. And I will play those with my 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers respectively, kind of finger per fret. So from the G string, 9th fret, we're going to slide up to the 12th fret, and this is staccato, so we want to remove the pressure of our finger as quickly as we've played it. And actually, because it's the 12th fret, it's very easy to accidentally do a natural harmonic, so maybe bring in a little muting with this hand as well. And actually you'll notice as I sweep, I'm introducing my thumb onto the fretboard as well, just to mute those strings as well. So then after a brief rest, we're going to jump down to the 6th fret of the G string, and this is the bit where the 2 patterns change, so I'd suggest you get those 6 notes under your fingers, and then we move on to the rest of those bars. For the first bar, once we get to this 6th fret, we're going to slide up to the 9th fret with my 2nd finger and vibrato. Then on the string below, the D string, I'm going to use my 1st finger to slide from the 8th fret to the 11th and vibrato. Bar 1 all together. And again. For bar 2, we start with those first 6 notes, and then from the 6th fret of the G string, rather than sliding up, we're going to slide down to the 3rd fret, short vibrato, and then with my 1st finger I'm going to hit the D string, 2nd fret, and that's the whole of bar 2. again. Cool. I hope you have many hours of diminished fun out of this. Is that a thing people say? Sounds like a thing people say. I wanted to wrap up with a couple things. Firstly, I don't feel great about my playing in this video. Having said that, I don't feel great about my playing a lot of the time anyway. I'm hoping it's not noticeable, but I didn't have an awful lot of time to practice this week, which is dumb because I get 2 weeks off my day job for Easter. But I don't know. Excuses, whatever. Anyway, I think I'm okay with the teaching side of what I've provided today, if not necessarily my demonstration of it. You'll cope, whatever. Second thing, I wanted to start showing my appreciation for some of the nice comments I get on YouTube. Not just to distract me from the mean ones, but yeah, just to kind of demonstrate I am reading comments, I am feeling good when you say nice things. So my first ever commenter of the week is GD Sparkerboy /Sparky01. Just rolls off the tongue. It's very memorable username, who commented on my musician and rocksmith critique with probably the best roast on an app this year. It's a very specific award, but yes, I'm hoping the Academy of App Roasting will recognise my efforts in 2018. That would be amazing. If you want a comment read out on a future video, then you'd better leave a nice comment, I guess. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, you absolutely should. And I will see you next Friday at 4 PM GMT. Toodaloo.